Welcome to One Chapter, One Thought. I'm Pastor Chris from the Croft Bible Church in New Jersey. Every weekday I read one chapter of the New Testament and offer one brief devotional thought. Today's reading is from the book of 3 John, chapter 1. The elder to the beloved Gaius, whom I love in truth. Beloved, I pray that in all respects you may prosper and be in good health, just as your soul prospers. For I was very glad when brethren came and testified to your truth, that is, how you are walking in the truth. I have no greater joy than this, to hear my children walking in the truth. Beloved, you are acting faithfully in whatever you accomplish for the brethren, and especially when they are strangers, and they have testified to your love before the church. You will do well to send them on their way in a manner worthy of God, for they went out for the sake of the name, accepting nothing from the Gentiles. Therefore, we ought to support such men, so that we may be fellow workers with the truth. I wrote something to the church, but Diotrephes, who loves to be first among them, does not accept what we say. For this reason, if I come, I will call attention to his deeds, which he does, unjustly accusing us with wicked words. And not satisfied with this, he himself does not receive the brethren either, and he forbids those who desire to do so, and puts them out of the church. Beloved, do not imitate what is evil, but what is good. The one who does good is of God, and the one who does evil has not seen God. Demetrius has received a good testimony from everyone and from the truth itself. And we add our testimony, and you know that our testimony is true. I had many things to write to you, but I am not willing to write them to you with pen and ink, but I hope to see you shortly, and we will speak face to face. Peace be to you. The friends greet you. Greet the friends by name. One thought. We come to the third and final letter of the letters of John, 3 John, and this is a personal letter from the Apostle John to a believer named Gaius. And John is writing to Gaius and commends him for his hospitality towards faithful gospel workers. So again, in those days, many believers were being sent out as church planters and missionaries to spread the gospel in the world. And oftentimes, as they were traveling, they would be walking by and traveling through these towns and would want to stop by and kind of need to be refreshed by the church and by other believers. But there was apparently a major problem that had arisen in Gaius's church, a man named Diotrephes. And so what was he doing? Well, we see a little bit of a profile of Diotrephes. Number one, he was prideful. It says he loves to be first among them. So he just wanted prominence. He wanted all the credit all the time. He wanted to be first acknowledged in everything. He was prideful. He also rejected John's apostolic authority and said he doesn't accept what we say. So these letters are coming from the apostles, and Diotrephes is like, nah, I'm good. We're going to do our own thing. He also speaks maliciously. It says he's unjustly accusing us with wicked words. Can you imagine that, right? Like someone who's leading the church is accusing the apostles of Jesus of malicious and terrible things. He is refusing hospitality. It says he himself does not receive the brethren, right? These brothers were coming by, and Gaius had been treating them well, accepting them in, building them up, supporting them, and then they would go on their way. But Diotrephes was not accepting them, leading the church not to support them. And then, even worse, he was forbidding those that wanted to be hospitable, and he would kick those people out of the church. So Diotrephes, in a sense, you could think of it, he was being like an anti-elder. Right? If you think about it in the New Testament, we read these passages, elders or pastors in the church are supposed to be above reproach. They are supposed to be holding fast to the apostolic gospel. They are to be speaking truth in love. And one of the qualifications of an elder is to be hospitable. But Diotrephes is, no pun intended, but diametrically opposed to everything an elder should be. And he stands, I think, really as a warning of what happens when pride overtakes humility in the life of a leader, when personal power is valued more than gospel truth. And look at the consequences of his actions. It disrupted the unity of the church. He was kicking people out, silencing faithful voices that were trying to do the right thing, and he was resisting authority. And so you may not be an elder in the church, but I think his example is still worth reflecting on. Anyone can be an example, even a bad one. And I think as we reflect on his example, we should do the opposite of Diotrephes. Number one, be humble. Number two, support others that are laboring in the gospel. And then follow leaders who are modeling Christ-like character. We all, whether we're in positions of leadership or not, or just attending, serving, volunteering, no matter where we are, we all need to be people who are building up the church, contributing to the unity and love and growth and maturity of the church, and not tearing it down.